You could sense it in the atmosphere even before the first note was played, a kind of electric stillness that envelopes a venue before it becomes something memorable. Glasgow's Hampden Park was not merely gearing up for a concert, it was on the brink of a significant moment. The type of moment that lingers in your mind long after the lights dim and the audience disperses. On this night, Kendrick Lamar and SZA delivered more than just music, they brought something profound. I was fortunate enough to be there to experience it. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. I arrived early, hours before the first beat, and entered a stadium that was gradually coming to life. The initial calm was almost unsettling. The only sounds were the quiet activities of technicians securing cables, lighting crews adjusting their setups, and hospitality staff arranging linens and checking glasses. Yet, amid that silence, there was an undeniable electricity in the air, hinting that something extraordinary was about to unfold. Backstage, the organization was impressive. Hampden's kitchen was alive with activity as staff, led by head chef Colin Dempsey, prepared gourmet meals for the exclusive suites overlooking the field. These were not your typical pre-show snacks. This was upscale dining with a view of what would soon be the hub of musical excitement in the UK. Behind every closed door, a team was executing a carefully crafted plan to ensure that once the show began, everything would run flawlessly. Sodexo Live was not just managing food and beverages, they were orchestrating the entire experience. From the top VIP suites to the main concourse, their control over every detail made the scale of the event feel effortless. This level of professionalism is what you would expect from a team that operates at the Eiffel Tower and Hollywood Bowl. Yet, there was still something distinctly Glaswegian about it all, a gritty charm and straightforward hospitality that made even the luxurious aspects feel relatable. As the gates swung open, the unsettling quiet transformed into a surge of fans pouring in. 50,000 strong, each person carried their own memories of Kendrick Lamar's incisive lyrics and SZA's enchanting voice. As they settled in, the atmosphere began to buzz with energy. People sang while finding their seats, and some even danced in the aisles before the lights dimmed. Strangers exchanged high-fives over their favorite songs and speculated about the set list. This was more than just excitement, it was a shared experience. Then, precisely at 8 p.m., the lights went out. A deep bass echoed through the stadium's concrete structure. From the thick smoke, a black GNX muscle car slowly rolled onto the stage, its headlights cutting through the fog. The crowd's cheers intensified, building into a deafening roar that felt like it could lift the roof off Hampden. Kendrick emerged from the car, dressed in all black and silent, a moment of calm before the lyrical tempest. He kicked off the show with whacked-out murals, a track that has become a defining statement for this phase of Kendrick's career. It was dark, unyielding, and powerful. Then the beat changed, and Squabble Up hit the audience like a jolt. Each line landed with precision as Kendrick moved across the stage, exuding the confidence of an artist fully in command of his craft. His gaze swept over the crowd. He wasn't there to entertain, but to assert his dominance. Without missing a beat, he launched into TV Off, a live rendition that was even more intense than the studio version, accompanied by visuals of static, surveillance cameras, and flickering city scenes. Red lights cut through the smoke as Kendrick delivered each lyric like a sermon. Just when it seemed the crowd couldn't get any louder, SZA made her entrance. She didn't walk, she glided. Dressed in a custom tartan kilt as a tribute to Scotland, she took the stage as if it had always belonged to her. Love galore wafted through the stadium like incense. Her voice, a blend of silk and emotion, enveloped the audience, momentarily quieting them. Then came Broken Clocks, followed by The Weeknd, with 50,000 voices singing every word. There was a gentleness to her presence, yet never any weakness. SZA is fully aware of her identity. She doesn't just perform songs, she makes you feel as if you've experienced them. The performance unfolded in 9 segments, each bringing a shift in mood, narrative, and sound that transformed the concert into a living story. It wasn't just Kendrick and then SZA. It was Kendrick creating a balance of chaos and clarity, SZA blending softness and strength, both pushing each other to go further. Kendrick's second appearance on stage was explosive. Element, hit the crowd with tremendous force. All Right followed, its theme of resilience resonating even more powerfully in a stadium filled with people raising their hands and shouting every word back. There was no need for theatrics. Kendrick had the audience captivated with just his breath, beat, and bars. Later, Money Trees evoked a wave of nostalgia, transforming Hampden from a stadium into a backyard gathering in Compton. Then came Euphoria, and the atmosphere shifted dramatically. The song, intense, precise, and emotionally charged, showcased Kendrick's most unfiltered performance of the evening. The audience didn't just listen, they engaged deeply, absorbing every word. SZA returned like a dream you wish to hold on to. Her performances of Snooze, Low, and Nobody Gets Me were delivered with such emotional depth that it was almost overwhelming. The stage took on a violet, celestial glow. At one point, she floated above the audience on a suspended platform, singing Supermodel like a soothing lullaby for the heartbroken. Whether attendees came for the rap or the ballads, they experienced both at an extraordinary level rarely seen in live performances. Then came the moment, all the stars. SZA and Kendrick reunited on opposite sides of a stage, gradually rising above the crowd on twin platforms. Spotlights shot upward as the entire stadium sang the chorus in unison, creating a moment that felt almost divine. But Kendrick wasn't finished yet. The final segment was pure energy. Meet the Grahams was delivered with fierce intensity, while 616 in LA was so focused and intimidating that it made it clear this was more than entertainment. It was a legacy being forged in real time. Then came Not Like Us, a monumental moment. The beat dropped, and the crowd erupted. It transcended being just a song. It became a celebration, a challenge, a victory lap. Glasgow roared, every lyric. Flags waved, people jumped, and some cried. Kendrick allowed the audience to take over the hook, smiling faintly as he moved across the stage like a king letting his subjects chant their chosen anthem. He played it again, once more, 3 times in total, each time louder than the last. As the final echoes of Not Like Us faded, SZA returned, and they concluded with Luther and Gloria. Luther resonated with gospel influences, Kendrick's voice filled with conviction. Gloria was ethereal, with SZA drawing the crowd in one last time, as if tucking them in after an emotional whirlwind. When it ended, the audience remained still. No one wanted to leave. Confetti fell from above, the lights gradually brightened, and everyone stood there, trying to process the experience they had just witnessed. 53 songs, 2.5 hours, no downtime, no autopilot, just pure artistry. Sure, there were a few minor issues. Some of SZA's softer songs got slightly overwhelmed by bass early in her set. But even those moments felt like part of the overall chaos, akin to small imperfections in a stained glass masterpiece. They didn't detract from the experience, they added to its authenticity. From the food to the fireworks, the lighting to the lyrics, every aspect of the performance was top-notch. However, the real achievement was the bond created between the artist and the audience, the city and its narrative, and between two of music's most remarkable talents, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, who transformed a Tuesday evening in Glasgow into an unforgettable experience that will be remembered for years to come. This was more than just a concert. It was a significant moment. It served as a reminder that music, at its finest, is not merely background noise. It carries meaning, presence, and power. In Hampden Park, located in a city renowned for its passion, resilience, and heart, Kendrick and SZA discovered their ideal audience. They put on a performance that highlighted why we cherish live music in the first place. Not for flawlessness, but for connection. And on this night, connection took center stage. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.